Honorable Chairperson and Mr. Speaker, sir, my respectable colleagues on the dais, and of course all you esteemed, I call all of you as sisters and brothers. I take this opportunity to first of all express my deepest possible thanks and also a sense of honor in being here. I'm sure I would be repeating something that is in the minds of all of you when I say that the whole exercise of NLC itself is historic. And of course, I look forward to the initiative continuing. I therefore also take this opportunity to profusely congratulate Rahul Karhadji for this initiative. It so happens that since I am from Maharashtra, I also take this opportunity once again and forever to welcome all of you. It is an honor to be here. Please also allow me to spare just one sentence, slightly away from the subject. I have had opportunities to attend various conferences at global level, be they WTO conferences or UNFCCC conferences on climate change. It fills my Bharatiya heart with pleasure to say that this conference is absolutely nothing short of world class. Having seen how they go, the whole way it is organized, at the end of the day, including this convention center, because there have been times when I attended these conferences, you can say at Geneva or Copenhagen, and there were times when I wondered whether Bharat can reach that level. Here we are. We have not only reached that level, we might as well be setting the standards for what is to be called global excellence. So as our Honorable Prime Minister also keeps reminding us and the whole world that 21st century belongs to, if I may say, Asia in general and Bharat in particular. I also express my regret. I have sought prior permission from Speaker Sir, but I request all of you also to please consider that and permit me. I have to reach another far-off place, so I have to leave by like 1:30. I have asked for Sir's permission, which he has gracefully accepted. My colleagues on the dais also will bear with me. Sorry for that. So I will briefly make just a few points. More we understand the exact constitutional role of elected representatives and bureaucrats, better will be the teamwork between the two. So I am almost stating the obvious when I say that elected representatives represent people's aspirations, articulate and represent people's aspirations. And the role our constitution has assigned to bureaucracy is twofold. One is giving free and fair advice to the representatives elected by people. It is respect for democracy. And formulating and implementing the policies, obviously within the framework of the Constitution. So more we understand this role, better will be the teamwork. I am again stating the obvious when I say that bureaucrats and elected representatives are two wheels of the chariot. And when they move in coordination with each other, the pace of development gathers strength. Unfortunately, if they sort of clash or fight amongst themselves, then rather than any one of these two, it is finally people who would suffer. So that teamwork and coordination is extremely important. I'm almost again stating the obvious, which is there in everyone's mind, that more often than not they turn out to be ego clashes as to sort of who has the primacy over whom. If we can manage those egos in light of the greater good of the people, always remember that we are there for people, then the teamwork will be better. If we also reckon that elected representatives represent people, and in our democratic setup, they are legislators to whom the executive is answerable. And it's a happy thing that executive, that is bureaucrats, are to be answerable to legislators because they represent, they articulate people's wish. So it is again the democratic arrangement of division of power, principle of checks and balances, and of course basic respect for people's aspirations. My experience makes me optimistic there that if we explain each other's positions, so the answer lies in dialogue. And as long as all the doors of the dialogue are open, I have almost certainly experienced while working as a civil servant, if at all there were, say, differences of opinion, which I think are bound to happen, no two human beings will ever agree 100% on all issues. So it is okay to differ. But we place them on the table, we discuss them in mutual understanding. I believe 99 times out of 100 we will find the solution. We do find the solution. You can say media or people in general also talk so much about the so-called political pressure, especially again on bureaucrats, etc. There also my experience again makes me optimistic that apart from what appears in public or in media, if the dialogue takes place, I have found that solutions are found, mutual understanding is built. That actually reminds me of one extraordinary advice the first Chief Minister of Maharashtra, and in every sense of the term, a genuine architect of modern Maharashtra, who is universally respected. I am talking of Honorable Yashwantrao Chauhan, who used to say that politicians sometimes should learn to say no and bureaucrats should learn to say yes. So it is like anything is to be done. I myself know that many a times elected representatives sort of complain that bureaucrats always say no to everything. No, this can't be done. That can't be done. No, it is not within the framework of the law, etc. That is where Yashwantrao Chauhan Sahib, he says, bureaucrats need to learn to say yes. And elected representatives to learn to say no. Elected representatives are answerable to people. And of course, our democracy is vibrant. Our voter is an awakened voter. And if the voter is not kept happy, of course, they make us pay the price. So in this pursuit of keeping the voters happy, sometimes some places where the people, citizens also have to be told, sorry, this can't be done because it is not within the framework of the constitutional law. So I thought this advice given by the first Chief Minister of Maharashtra, and I repeat, in every sense of the term, a maker of modern Maharashtra, great leader at national level also, what Yashwantrao Chauhan used to tell us. Last 2 points I am stating briefly. One is, times are changing. And times are changing at a very fast pace. So according to that, our democracy has to change, and our mutual coordination between people's representatives and bureaucrats also has to change. In that fast upcoming change, technology, I would say, is rather a smaller part. But overall social structure, people's aspirations, all of them are changing. And they need to be fulfilled at a very fast pace. I believe coming even 7 years, so by the end of this decade, the entire humanity, including your and my personal life too, is going to undergo fundamental change. I believe our job will not only be to adjust to that change, our job will actually be to lead that change, to lead including AI and the changes. That brings me to last point, which is A and B. I'm stating this last point as A and B. So A will be in consonance with upcoming changes, the roles also are changing. Like, if I may, as briefly as possible, if I may say, during the British rule, the role of bureaucracy was essentially regulatory. So, maintaining law and order was the main task. But after August 15, 1947, now that we are independent, sovereign and democratic republic, the role undergoes a change, and now the bureaucracy is a vehicle for change. So development becomes main role. That role also undergoes a major change after 1991, delicensing, etc. So then the role is that of facilitators to accelerate the pace of development. And then I think we have now entered a time when bureaucrats and elected representatives, people's representatives together, need to brace up for what I call as entrepreneurial role. So all of us together need to become social entrepreneurs, political entrepreneurs. Even the job of creating jobs, job opportunities, increasing pace of economic development, etc. So in these changing times, this has come up. And lastly, the role of NGOs, sometimes we call it civil society, and commonest of the common citizen. It has always been important in democracy, but now it assumes importance as never before. So involving people and what we call as development from the bottom will mean greater role for common people, even in designing policies, developing policies and delivering programs. So more we reckon and involve NGOs and people, and including those concept of citizens charter and all, we make bureaucracy more transparent. More we make bureaucracy more and directly answerable to people. Under current constitutional scheme, our bureaucracy is not directly answerable to people. It is answerable to people's representatives, who are then answerable to people. But I believe bureaucracy will become more efficient, more transparent, will be in a position to deliver better if bureaucracy also is made more answerable to people. There have been recent 2 initiatives like right to information, even as I am aware of some misuses that are taking place. Or there is this thing called Lok Seva Guarantee Act, where there is a statutory binding on bureaucracy to perform on time and in time and deliver services within a specific time frame, failing which the bureaucrat who causes delay needs to be pulled up and brought to book. More we think of such steps that make bureaucracy directly answerable to people, it will be a better country and will be a better world. So thank you once again, and thank you forever. All my best wishes for all of you.